shit, yeah, I mix it, I ain't mad, she had it, but I'd rather say she passionate. Is this a bad time? Remember what happened last time. You better off being satisfied. We doing the same shit every time. Is this a bad time? Remember what happened last time. You better off being satisfied. We doing the same shit every time. I hit you when you were just baiting, so what? You hit me when I was so faded, so what? Said fuck everything cause I'm jaded, so what? I did all this shit and ain't taking no love. That little part of my life fell in love with them drugs. Not taking shit back, I love who I'm becoming. Fuck that shit, shawty, we could be nothing. I'm back when I'm in Saudi, copping some dumb shit. Only 1 10 out of 10s in the spot. Only 1 10 out of 10s where you thought. $250,000, that's on this Richard pocket watch. So flexing on niggas cause I know they watch. I wouldn't lie to you, yeah. No, I've been tired of you, yeah. You've been too all in my hair. You've been too all in my ear. You crashing out over a tree. I don't even know how to stare. But I don't know what to believe. Yeah, I don't even know how to care. No, I wanted you, but that was past tense. Done had a lot of hoes just on my accent. Carry my chopper, shorty, she is savage. Got a son for you, cause you ain't average. I be on gas fuel, take me out of delusional. Think I got it, cause I imagine it. Fashion shit, yeah, I mix it, I ain't mad, she had it. But I'd rather say she passionate. Is this a bad time? Remember what happened last time. You better off being satisfied. We doing the same shit every time. Is this a bad time? Remember what happened last time. You better off being satisfied. We doing the same shit every time. Check my phone out, a hoe say she miss me. Smoking this gas got me feeling rich. When it comes to a freak, I ain't even picky. Juice off this fit, turn her to a pig. I still my twin Mordecai and Rick. You worry about tech, I give a nigga 50. What a broke nigga always got. That's something to say, but none of them niggas with me. Been blocking windows, I feel like I'm Wendy. No, she don't want Louis, she want a new Fendi. Can't open the text in the public no more. Ain't no way to predict like what she gon' send. I'm not even doing the talking no more. I don't even think that they really gon' get me. I'm not getting rich, it do not concern me. Cause every day I feel like that really ready. I wouldn't lie to you, yeah. No, I've been tired of you, yeah. You've been too all in my hair. You've been too all in my ear. You crashing out over a tree. I don't even know how to stare. But I don't know what to believe. Yeah, I don't even know how to care. No, I wanted you, but that was past tense. Done had a lot of hoes just on my accent. Carry my chopper, shorty, she is savage. Got a son for you, cause you ain't average. I be on gas fuel, take me out of delusional. Think I got it, cause I imagine it. Fashion shit, yeah, I mix it, I ain't mad, she had it. But I'd rather say she passionate.
I really want to fade Tiger today. I hate saying that. It doesn't feel right. I mean, who else has the sack to do it?
How are we not pairing this with Judge? Fading the GOAT, I feel like a Judge pairing is required.
You know, Jovan, I could be convinced, and I think I am.
The Sooners to take care of business by 4+ runs tonight. I think the offense for Oklahoma really picks it up. When we have Kyson Witherspoon on the mound, I will take my chances that the offense is going to do enough to get this into a pretty ugly game.
There's not enough glue guys to go around, Jovan. They got no glue guys in that locker room in Philly. Zero. They got the opposite. They got the most toxic team of all time. They don't give a hoot. Let's leave them in the Big 2-4.
Have to.
At least for now. I would have taken Peebles if he was up there.
I'm gonna meet.
Dude, there's no way we're talking about sped up videos.
Dude, he was cooking. He was absolutely cooking. What's going on, chat? Happy BTL Wednesday, episode 673 piece. As always, hold the fry. Joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Jovan, presented by Bookit Sports. If you're not tracking your bets on Bookit Sports, if you're not using Bookit Sports every day, and you're in here every day, play some bets every day, what are you doing? Start tracking your bets over there on Bookit Sports today, the best bet tracking app out there by far on the App Store or Google Play. They got about 1 million other features on that app as well. Go check it out yourself. All right, W app, W Pickett, W YouTube gang. I see you guys in the chats. I got the chat pulled up on YouTube today, and I got the Twitch chat up as well. We got Pax Picks getting it started out today with a resub nice and early, resubbing for 20 months. Pax Picks, W's. W Squad Ride, W Gents, let's have a day. Also, what's up with the Merrill Kelly Square? It's caked. It's caked. If they don't change it within 30 minutes, it's caked. So there's nothing we can do. And all that hard work was for nothing, folks. It is what it is. But you know what, Jovan? Could end up changing the tides or end up picking up the slack for that bullshit on Prize Picks last night. If we had another 4-man today, that could help, right?
Need that.
That could make people forget about the Merrill Kelly sitch, right? If we had a 4-man today, life is good. So we got no qualms, no problems. Okay. Gabe Rod coming in hot with a resub as well. W's, love to see that. W Gabe Rod. We got Freeze in the chat as well. W's. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm sweating out the under in this Cardinals and Pirates game right now. Looks like we do have some foot traffic on the bases in the bottom of the first. Leadoff guy on. Oh, shit. Now Brian Reynolds is coming up here. We do have a Total Slayer 10-unit whale in the fucking chat.
Wow.
Let's go Total Slayer.
Let's go.
Boy.
Shout out Slayer.
Boy. Sure we can. W's. All right, let's keep moving and grooving here. We have a lot to go over today and a lot to recap. Like you guys are talking about in the chat. I'm sweating out the under in this game. We'll see how it goes. I've also got both starting pitchers' fantasy scores paired together in a two-piece on their more thans. All right, I think we get a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel. Both these teams have been printing towards the over so far this season. And although the umpire has the smallest strikes I've ever seen in my life, which is not good for the under, I do like our chances here. Let's hope that Fetty can get out of the first inning. Not a great start with the leadoff hitter on. We got Nelly Nell coming in, resubbing as well for 12 months. Let's go, Nelly Nell. We've got a freaking hype train moving and grooving, folks. Love to see it. Hype train is moving. Hype train is grooving. W's. All right, Jovan, why don't we go ahead and get to some of these recaps? We could peep some of them. The squad ride was a W last night. It wasn't easy. It was easy early on. Next thing you know, we're getting towards the end of the game, Jovan, and we still need another run, right, to get off the push and to cash that puppy. But have no fear. They did come through, and we got a W hook. I think they had 10 runs total in that game. Shout out the Nats. They carried the weight.
They did. Shout out James Wood.
Shout out James Wood. 2 nukes. He's got 4 nukes already this season. Been screaming it from the mountaintops, saying this kid's a difference maker. He's going to hit, 20 or more home runs this season. And what do you know? He's already got 4. Sure. W's. We got Pax picks. Oh, sorry. Total Slayer coming in with another 10-unit sub whale. Let's go Total Slayer. That's 20 subbies.
Slayer's been splooging.
Not 1, not 2, not 5, not 10. 20 subbies coming in from Total Slayer, bro. 20
All
pieces.
from the Nukenheimer on the A's last night. Shout out.
Yeah.
Slayer.
I was going to say, what was Total Slayer on?
Yeah, he was on the A's.
He must be rich.
Top
Okay.
10.
Sure. Looks like Brian Reynolds did just get out. We've got 1 out now. Base runner on first. If you guys are sweating out this early baseball game with me, we'll see how it goes. But W squad ride, W Natitude. Hell yes, bro. The Nats bats are alive, folks. Enjoy it. Okay. Who knows how long it'll last? Dubs. All right. Great call on that over yesterday, Jovan. Great squad rides. Love to see it. Let's keep moving and grooving. And take a peep at the Sharp report. See how we did overall yesterday. That Merrill Kelly square, I guess, should say an X. Because technically it did lose somehow. But
X, but
so not my best day, unfortunately. Also, Charlie Morton tossed a turkey in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs and 2 strikes to take that first 5 under. Yeah, it was. We're also not going to talk about the first 5 over in the Blue Jays and Red Sox game where there were no runs early on the first 5 innings, not one. And then the 6th inning comes around and they score 4 runs immediately. And then the 7th inning comes around, they score more. Never seen something like that in my life. That's the worst isolation of an over I've ever seen in my life. Terrible play. I mean, the lefty on the freaking Blue Jays, they might have found the next Chris Sale themselves.
Dude, Easton Lucas might be him.
Easton Lucas might be the next stud lefty. Move over, Mackenzie Gore. Easton Lucas has something to say. Back-to-back gems. Back-to-back shutouts. Crazy, bro. Cannot make it up. And Jovan, I'm not just going to sit here and talk about all my plays because you went 5-0 yesterday. Can we get some W's in the chat for Jovan going 5-0? Let's fucking go, dude. Sure we can.
Take that.
Sure we can. We do take that. That's insane. 5-0s don't grow on trees. How about that over on the diamond as well, where you said, hey, I'm capping. I'm seeing 20 runs here. Next thing you know, they have 20 runs on the dot.
Truly. Hashtag, thank you, Texas Tech pitchers. They're really bad.
Yeah.
Horrendous organization out there.
Might be the longest hashtag on planet Earth, but type that puppy in. And there you go. Let's go, chat.
So funny.
Let's get one more out here. I know there's some of you fuckers have some nerfy wagers locked in this game. Let's see if we can get one more out. We got Bart up at the dish with a 2-1 count, man on first, and 2 outs. Looks like a drive to center field, hit pretty well, and a great play by the center fielder. There goes the nerfy. Let's fucking go. Sure we can.
Nerfy betters. Stand up.
Yeah, nerfy betters free. W's. We got a hype train moving and grooving, folks, mainly because of Total Slayer. He's actually him. He dropped 20 subbies, but also Nelly now, Gabe Rod, Pax picks. We appreciate all you goats. And we also we appreciate Eric Fetty and Mitch Keller.
Of
And I'll let
course.
that get swept as well. Great start to the game. There we go. Made us feel something. Had a base runner on. You know it's never easy. We don't want it to be easy. It gets boring, right, when it's easy. You want to sweat a little bit. You want to feel something, right? Perfect first inning there. Base runner on. Run eliminated, though. No runs. We move. All right, Jovan, we got a couple other things to recap as well, right? I believe we have a Dinger Tuesday graphic and a TNT two-piece. So if you want to pull either one up, there we go. Dinger Tuesday. Sure we can. Honestly, I'll toot my own horn here. And I typically don't like doing that, but I will for this. I hit a Dinger Tuesday play. That never happens. Let's fucking go, dudes. And it was your guy.
Great wager,
It was your
Krabs.
guy, Junior.
Love
Sure. Off the schneid. First nuke of the season, right? Could be
Yeah.
the difference.
Love that.
Could
Needed
be the
one
difference.
pretty badly.
It was never Mitch Garver or Trevor Story, I will say. Did Alex Bregman hit a nuke?
I don't think so.
Did he end up hitting one? I don't think so. Okay.
No.
Jovan.
I don't know if there was one there.
Yeah.
Was there? I don't know if I remember a nuke in that game.
There might not have been one. There certainly wasn't one in the first 5 innings.
Or I guess
Hey, that
Springer
much.
had one. Springer had one. I don't know if the Red Sox had one.
Yeah, besides Adolis Garcia, Jovan,
Yeah, that was bad. Bad
you were
play.
pretty fucking locked. You were pretty
Never
locked.
Adolis. Definitely was Corbin
No, it
Machado,
wasn't.
though.
It was certainly Corbin, and it was definitely Machado. So great fucking work there. I mean, we cashed 3 of these puppies. Certainly up coins. W Dinger Tuesday segment. Let's go, chat. Hope a couple of you guys tailed these puppies. I know the promo isn't as good this year, right? But still, very fun activity to do and cover on Tuesdays to brighten up our dog days of summer, right? Betting on home runs is fun. I'll say it. It is. And we hit a couple last night. So W's there. We got a hype train still moving a groove in chat. If you guys want to get involved, W's. Kyle B saying, are we fading Jake Irvin today? Jovan, please tell me we're not fading Jake Irvin today.
Probably should, Krabs, but
Yeah.
you know, it's the daytime Dodgers, so
Yeah.
can't really ever have too many or too much confidence about what they're going to do at the plate. Especially, I mean, they've just been this whole series just can't put anything together. I know it's been cold. It's a really weird series. Nats are playing well. Pitching staff picked it up, but they just look confused up there.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Hey, John Brando in the YouTube chat. That was a joke, brother. I know that one soared right over your head, but that's what we call a joke in this business. Okay. Let's try to smile a little bit more today, John Brando. It might help out with your personal issues there. Okay. Hype train still moving a groove in chat. Let's fucking go. Hobie coming in with some nuggets in the chat. Unders are 18 and 10 so far on Dinger Tuesdays. I mean, yeah. That's not really that surprising, to be honest with you.
I don't really think it has much to do with Dinger Tuesday. It's just
Probably not.
Unders are doing pretty well so far this season just because cold.
Yep. All right. Let's take a peep at the TNT two-piece, Jovan.
Yep. One sore spot of the day, hand up, was never the come bucket. I don't know what we could have taken in that game over-wise, other than Ryan Dunn. Shout out Rav, but was certainly never the come bucket.
What was the square that I wanted to take in that game? There was a less than fade I wanted.
Oh,
it was more than Beal. You're right. No, you're right.
More than
right,
Beal.
right.
He had 7 points, so I mean that wouldn't have made a difference. But yeah, that was the game to get involved with a nasty fade just because everybody got yanked.
Sounds good. Hold on, can I block people in this YouTube chat? Oh, I can. I can block miserable people who don't belong here and aren't on the squads. Guys, remember, it's us against the books. People who forget that are getting blocked, and we're leaving them in the big 2-4. I don't have time for that. We got a Rav Week 0 notebook notif. Sure we can.
Hashtag Week 0
Sure we
notebook.
can. Let's go, Rav. Rav, 2 words, my man. Stay dialed. Stay dialed, my man. 2 words.
Well, you know what the Week 0 notebook thing is, right, Krabs?
No. I thought he's talking about his fucking college football notebook that he does and talks about every single thing.
Well, yes. It's the hashtag thing is because it's full faded in Week 0.
Okay. Well, thank you, Rav. We got BJ Cheat coming in, dropping a resub. Jovan, we got subbies left and right on a Wednesday afternoon.
Mad. Trent is fuming.
Oh, no. T-Bone Steak coming in hot, resubbing for 8 months. T-Bone, you are actually him. I know people probably don't say it enough. I certainly don't say it enough, T-Bone, but I want to make sure this is perfectly clear. You are him, T-Bone Steak. I appreciate you. Thank you for the subby. BJ Cheek as well. Cannot let those get swept. Cannot let those get swept. Okay? W's. Let's fucking go, chat. Let's have a day today. All right? And Jovan, it was always fading OG Anubi coming off that legacy.
Was. Great call. Great call.
He can only do so much.
Can only do so much, man.
And he left it all out there on the court. Yep. He left it all out there on the court the other night. I'm sure he was pretty tired after that one. OG Sauer coming in with a 5-unit sub whale, Jovan. Let's fucking go, dude. The subs are splooging today. The subs are splooging today. OG fucking. Sure we can. T-Bone Steak, you're him. Love you, boys. That was great, Crab. Sure. T-Bone, appreciate you being on our side and being a positive guy today, coming in with the W attitude. Okay? Appreciate you, Beast. Dubs. Devils are rock chalk. I know. That's okay, though. We're moving on. We're leaving the Merrill Kelly Square in Tuesday. We're moving on. Okay? It's Wednesday. It's a new day. New bags. We'll hit another lineup today. Okay? I'm not worried about it anymore. We'll move and groove. Okay? No more recaps, Jovan, but again, I want to shout out some of these goats who've dropped all these subbies. OG Sauer, you're him. Total Slayer, you are him. Thank you, guys. Everybody else who's resubbed today, we appreciate you guys greatly. Okay? Got one more thing for you guys before we hop in, talk about some wagers for today on the Sharp Report. Jovan, if you don't mind, you able to play that intro vid for me? I got something to talk about today.
I think a couple of the people might know exactly what it is, Krabs.
Go ahead and run it. It's about that time. Arrest Zack Hample. Put him behind steel bars. Shit, maybe take him to the hospital and run some tests on that noggin of his, because someone needs to. There's screws loose. And I think this might be his brightest moment, honestly, his bright, shiny moment here, Jovan. Zack Hample, he's been at every game. He's caught every home run ball. He's ruined every kid's day at the park, right? He's pushed thousands of kids out of the way to get home run balls. But has he ever impacted a game on the field? Not to my knowledge. He's usually pretty smart, right? But this is huge, chat, because Zack Hample's getting a little fat, happy, complacent. He did impact that game last night. And this is what we need, Jovan. This is what we need to get him kicked out of baseball stadiums, not just on the East Coast, not just at Camden Yards, where he, for some reason, hangs out a weird amount in Baltimore. Not going to ask those questions. But everywhere, in all 30 parks across the U.S. Get this guy out of here. He is a fucking loser, a scum, a lowlife who makes people's lives around him significantly worse to benefit his. He's a me guy. The textbook definition of a me guy. Jovan, this might surprise you. I don't know. I don't fuck with me guys. I don't fuck with me.
I've gotten that notion, Krabs.
Not a big me guy. I'll be honest with you. And Zack Hample is the epitome of a me guy. He wants people looking at him. He didn't get enough attention growing up. He probably didn't get to sit with anybody at lunch. He probably ate his lunch in the fucking hallway by himself like a geek. He probably didn't make the baseball team growing up. He probably went home and cried to his mommy and daddy. They gave him his credit card, and he went to every baseball game that season. And ever since that moment, Jovan, Zack Hample just can't stop going to baseball games. He can't stop catching home run balls, and he can't stop making it about himself. And I'm tired of it. I am. I'm tired of it. And you know what? I'm happy that we're finally seeing some people besides me holding this motherfucker accountable. Shout out Dan Clark, also a notorious Zack Hample hater. Dan Clark might be onto something here, folks. He knows ball. This guy was running around with a GoPro on his head like he's in Dude Perfect. He's taking videos of himself on the scoreboards. Buddy, you just did it. Why do you need a fucking video of it? You just did the fucking damn thing. There's videos of it all in the feed. Why are you taking pictures of the pixelated scoreboard out there in the outfield in front of everybody like a fucking bozo with a GoPro taped to your goddamn MLB hat? All this guy wants is attention. All this guy wants is people to watch him catch a fucking home run ball like he's on the team in the game. And I'll tell you why, chat. It's because he was never on the team. And he was never in the game. And he shows up night in, night out with a fucking leather glove on his hand, trying to make it seem like he's involved. I'll tell you what, Zack Hample, you cannot be less involved. You cannot be more hated, disrespected. You can have more people laughing at you. And I hope one day he gets that. I hope one day he sees this. He probably won't. He's probably too busy spending his mommy and daddy's money buying fucking Diamond Club tickets and catching home run balls. I am sick of this bozo. Get him out of the parks. At this point, he's impacting games. That's when you got to finally say the jig is up here, my man. You are not allowed in anymore. Jovan, thoughts on Zack Hample thinking he's on the team?
Rat piss, and it's even more rat piss that apparently I don't know why, but like he's saying he's going to be at Steinbrenner for like half the season this year, which is moose piss. So I'm gonna have to see this in the Ray Stadium. Hopefully he's not robbing Morel of any more.
Look at him fucking pointing at people. Look at him yelling at people, saying, "Hey, look at me on the screen. I did it." You see this fucking bozo? Look at all the little kids around him. Look at the little children around him in the backgrounds.
I was praying not just for the sake that it wouldn't be a home run, but they called fan interference so we could get a video of him being escorted out of the stadium. That would have been just all time.
How is that not fan interference, to be honest with you?
I don't really know.
I don't know.
I guess because it was still technically over the wall. So like even though Morel was reaching, it was like reaching over the wall, wasn't still in play. But I don't know, dude. That would have been amazing to see that.
I'll end it with this. If I ever see Zack Hample at an MLB stadium, if I ever see him at a Nats game, if I ever see him at a Rangers game, if I ever see him in public at all, I'm going to go have a convo with him. We're going to have a little talk. Okay? I'm going to see if I can get to him and get through that thick, bald-ass head of his and drive some sense into him. Not physically, just with words. Okay? But somebody needs to call this guy out. Somebody needs to hold him accountable. I'll be the guy. Unacceptable, an embarrassment to the sport. Look around him. You got kids left and right. Watch the video. I don't know if you could see it to the left. There's a fucking little kid right there with a glove on. Or how about the kid to the right? That might be a grown-ass man in a jersey. But how about the kid to the left who just wants to be there with the green glove? But Zack Hample right in his way. Pushing the kid to the sides. And how does he know where every ball is going to be? Is what I want to know. How does he know?
That's the one part I actually will give him a little bit of credit. I don't understand how he's just magically in every single spot. That takes work. I'll tip cap to that. I respect it, but it's just so annoying to see.
I've never hated someone I've never met more in my entire life. I need to have a one-on-one convo with this guy and just talk through it and see why he thinks it's okay. Like a 60 Minutes type interview. I just need to see why he thinks that he gets a pass to be able to do anything he wants to do and act like he's on the team. Why him? What did he do to earn this? Nothing. He's a trust fund kid who spends mommy and daddy's money. Go watch the doc. That's where I learned this. I'm not making it up. He talks about it in the doc. He's spending his mommy and daddy's money. He's never had an actual job in his entire life.
Rewatch the doc? Potentials?
No, we're not rewatching the doc. God damn it. Get this fucking bozo out of here, man. I'm done with him. I'm done talking about him. Zack Hample. You are the problem. Feel bad for all those kids out there that just want to fucking foul ball. Right? Or they just want a home run. That shit would change that guy's life. Change that kid's life. Instead, Zack Hample gets ball number 700. What does he do with all of them? I don't even want to know.
Well, you saw what he did with them. He's like sleeping on
He's
them.
like being a weirdo. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, man. All right, Holy Howitzers has a fantasy question real quick. Giovanni Krabs, is Caminaro and Baz a good trade for Ryan Walker? If I have Machado as my third baseman and Soderstrom in a utility role? I don't know if I'd be trading those two young studs. I mean, Jovan, you probably know a little bit more.
Oh, definitely. I mean, not just because of the Rays. I would not trade those guys. No.
Okay.
especially for Walker.
I wouldn't be trading those guys. Okay. W's. All right, Jovan. Do we want to we don't have Goots today as well, chat. Okay,
quick thoughts on Mets Marlins and Tigers Yanks. That's about to start up in 5 minutes if you have anything there.
Yeah, I do. W Moose subbang as well. Moose 2727, you're him.
Let's go Moose.
Don't let anybody tell you differently. You're him. Okay. Early games that are starting up in the next 5 minutes. Miami at the Mets. Jovan, I liked some of Miguel's squares, and I like the under in the game. I think the Mets probably stay hot, and they probably find a way to win. I'm not laying the juice. I'm not parlaying it. I like the under. Under 7. Drop from 7.5. I think Mayer pitches decent. I like that kid. Solid young arm for Miami. Who knows how long he's in there? The bullpen sketches me out. I like the under. And I like some of McGill's squares. Didn't get to the counter, but I do like his more than 34.5 fantasy score. I like his more than 16.5 pitching outs, which was juiced to the over on the books. A little surprised by that. I kind of like Tyler Migo in this game. What are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I can respect that too. Obviously, the Mets are big favorites. Not going to bet them, but I think Meyer does okay. I think he'll be fine. Nobody really is like scaring you in the Mets lineup right now. If they're hitting in the second half of it, they've just been pretty terrible up and down, and they had their moments yesterday, I guess. But like Meyer, I think he'd be fine. He'll give up a couple runs of damage. I don't think he gets absolutely destroyed. The Mets probably win in like a game that they slowly inch themselves further and further out. So like I think Migo pitches well. Kind of with you on that. He's been solid. It's like I think he's gonna strike out a lot of that lineup. So I wouldn't mind taking something strikeout related with him.
Okay. I mean, yeah, his 6 strikeout square looks a little weird to me.
Yeah, I saw the square. I was
That's
like,
sure.
The Marlins have been pretty pesky against a lot of these pitchers, but Miguel could be a little different.
Okay. Thoughts on a bet in that game on the books? Or
Trent, man.
No, we saw it the first time, Trent. We saw it the first time. You didn't have to do it a second time. We saw it. Okay. Trent, get in the fucking lab, dude. You got 6 games starting up here in the next hour and a half, and you're looking at card values at 1 p.m. Eastern. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Dude, that card has some serious value.
Of course it does. It's one of the best young players in baseball. Sure.
How we doing,
life? We're doing well. We're doing well.
Great.
We got a great slate today. Any thoughts on the Dodgers getting absolutely skull-fucked by my Nats the last 2 games?
It's actually kind of a sight to see. That was the James Wood game, bro. That was insane.
That was the James Wood game. He's him.
9
he pulled one too.
bases.
Yeah. And he pulled the ball, which is more important than those 2 home runs, in my opinion. The guy can't pull the ball. Finally did last night. Hit the ball a fucking mile. And then we got the daytime Dodgers today, Trent.
I mean, dude, something about the Dodgers in DC. I feel like they just are sending out their fucking bullpen.
Maybe trip to the White House threw them off. Maybe Mookie was getting in some of the other guys' heads in the locker room. Maybe it caused a divide. Who knows?
Javon tell you I fucking fumbled our Demon Geyser, and we were making a Nats Demon Geyser, and I was like, you know what? Let's kind of mix and match here and go with the Dodgers a little bit.
Yeah.
Sold.
I saw it. I mean, you had one good Dodger square in there, the Robleski more than Goblin square, right?
That was oxygen, yeah.
Or whatever, more than it runs. It was free. That guy sucks, by the way. Good call, Jovan, and good call, Goots. He was throwing meat last night. He sucks. And speaking of the Discord, because I saw that lineup, Trent, in the Discords under your tab. Chat, if you guys have not gotten involved, the link to the Bookit Discord is right here. I'll drop it in both chats. Okay, if you haven't joined yet, it's been kind of lit. Trent has been marinating in there the last week or so, too. So join the Discord, free to join. All right, Trent's been dropping all his lineups in there as well. Get involved. Okay, Jovan, real quick, we do have another game starting up here in about 2 minutes. Max Fried versus Jack Flaherty, Yankees Tigers. Any thoughts?
I mean, that game, I feel like may have the potential for a couple more runs than you would think.
Yesterday.
Like yeah, I mean, I guess more so than yesterday, but I kind of like the Yankees. They'll be like a boomer bust option against Flaherty. So like they're probably going to strike out a good, decent bit. I know a lot of people are on his case, but I think that'll also come with a little bit of damage, kind of like Scooball did for a bit, or you thought Scooball was going to do for a bit, except they actually crossed the plate this time. So I think you could see some runs. I get like a late run vibe in that game. So wouldn't mind an over, maybe a live bet over, I guess is probably what I'll try and do if given the opportunity.
Does Prize Picks not make it seem like Max Fried is going to have an okay day? I guess he has that 1.5 earned run square that's pretty Reds. But he's got that 4.5 hits allowed square. I don't know. And the total dropped down to 7. But I mean, you got Max Fried and Flaherty, so I'm not surprised to see it moving that way, and not surprised to see that it's low with those two studs on the bump.
Freezing again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why it's a day game again.
Yeah, I don't have any counters. I'm not going to disagree with you. I can see it. Maybe some more runs than expected with these two aces on the bump.
Yeah.
Okay. Clearly, nothing confident enough in these two games starting up here that we're playing. So, wanted to get some takes, chats.
Slurp on it.
Okay, I'm sweating out this under in the St. Louis and Pittsburgh game. Looks like we have another leadoff base runner here for the Pirates against Eric Fetty, but it is still 0-0 in the bottom of the thirds. Okay. Dubs, high school teammates. When are you talking about, Trice Picks? Who's high school teammates? Right? Really? That's crazy if that's the case. They're facing off against each other today. Huh. All right. W's. Chat, are there any early 1 p.m. games I can listen to right now? Billy, only plays this under. I don't think we like these two games starting up here soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll circle back. We'll talk more about these games and plays that are starting up on the diamond. Jovan, do you want to get to the Sharp Report? Talk about some of our favorite winners for today?
Yeah, let's get that up and moving.
Let's fire that puppy up. Let's talk about some of our favorite plays. I got a lot of diamond plays today, a lot of MLs today. And like I tweeted out earlier, might be my favorite slate of the MLB season. I think I got a play in almost every game later on today, or at least a lean. Start out with the Athletics here. This afternoon, they are minus 125 now. Wow, they're even more of a favorite than they were this morning when I put them on the sheet when they were minus 115 against Vasquez, who's been him so far this season. So is Beto, low-key. And I'm not betting on a shutout in this game. I'll be honest with you. I think both pitchers kind of get mucked up a little bit. I do think Beto has a little bit of an edge here, and Prize Pick squares make it seem like he might be okay. Prize Picks makes it seem like Vasquez is going to get mucked up today with that earned run square that we'll talk about here in a moment. But seeing the A's as favorites against the 9-2 Padres is already just a great sign in general. Now, I know they do have a little bit of an advantage, I guess, in the bump, you could say, or make an argument for. Although Vasquez is better.
That lineup's official, Krabs. Really bad for the Padres.
Oh, it's a bad Padres lineup.
Really?
Really bad.
Sure. So, yeah,
as expected, Tatis is not playing.
Tatis is out. They got a couple other guys out. No Cronenworth.
No Cronenworth. It's Arias, Bogarts hitting second, Machado and Sheets, and then it is a cesspool after that.
Krabs, I do have a A's favored Demon guys here. I can spin feed you if you want to tap in.
Yeah, what do you got?
Would you like to tap?
Yeah.
Just a little $50 Johnson, nothing crazy. Trying to lead by example here and not donate on these teams.
If you put $50 on it, I will tail it right now and I'll match you on that. Nothing wrong with a little $50 Demon geyser because the payouts are still fat, chat, right? We don't need a unit shame here. That's a W. It's not soft, Hovey. Give me a break.
No, because people are fucking like nuking them. And I'm like, guys, these are supposed to be $5 slips. Do I need to fucking put 50 on these for you guys to listen? So
these are Demon lineups. You hit one a week, you're profitable. And you're not expecting to really hit many more. Like these are fat payouts, chat. So, yeah, W, Trent. Drop the link. Right. Tell that puppy.
I got you.
In cord, right?
Yeah.
It's already in the cord. Hell yeah, dude. All right, chat. I'll drop the link to the cord again here in the chat. I know you guys were trying to get involved here. If you have not joined already, it's free to join. All right. If you want a gambling community, if you want to sweat out some plays with the squads, or just bitch about bad beats, whatever you need, check out the Discords. Okay, they cleaned it up really nice. It looks great right now. Get in there. There's people in there at the wee hours of 8 a.m. this morning talking ball. They're getting involved. Okay. The A's, loving the A's today. I know the line makes a little bit of sense, right? With the Padres having some injuries, and I think they said Jackson Merrill is going to the IL as well. Is that true?
Yeah, that was yesterday. So that's not new news, but I guess Tatis and Cronenworth are.
Yeah. Hey, with all those guys out, the total in this game is still moving up to 10. And I know there's been a lot of runs in this park so far this season. Jovan had a great point before the show today. He was talking about how, 5-0 to the over so far in this park this season, right? And you talked about it on the preseason pod, and you thought that there could be a chance we get a little mini Coors Stadium 2.0 situation going on out there, right? It's too early to say it is, but it's certainly leaning that way or trending that way. And we might just be getting runs in these games. And I'll talk about a square I like for an earned runs in the earned runs category in a moment that I think you guys could get down with in this game.
Of course.
Okay, we'll come back to it. I like runs. I don't think this will be a pitcher's duel, and I do think that stadium certainly is having an impact on the runs and the totals in that game.
Yeah,
okay?
Definitely is.
You want me to power through all three of these, Jovan, and we could just kind of,
No, we got it. We can go back and forth. Give you some time
to
recuperate. Give me the Braves today. Run it right back.
Go, dude. Run it back.
Taijuan Walker.
Yes.
Taijuan Walker, one of the two pitchers, I would say, maybe more. That's just I can't lay pillow on or lay head on pillow tonight. And here goes Trent.
You caught me in the middle of a Demon Johnson.
There.
Sure he can.
Well, yes, we got Taijuan Walker up and moving. Can't lay head on pillow tonight without fading him and a couple other guys, but especially him coming off a 6-inning shutout. Granted, it was the Rockies, and the game was obviously not in Coors, but stuff really wasn't all that good in that game. He just ran into the Road Rockies offense, and now you get a Braves offense that, Taijuan Walker obviously has his fair share of control issues, and there's a lot going on in that aspect of it. So if you give the Braves free base runners, good. They've needed it so far this year, but they're also a lineup that's going to hurt you with a lot of pop. So you can't really dodge around the Braves. If you make them beat them, which is exactly what Taijuan Walker does, that's not going to work out very well, which is probably why, as moves as the Braves offense has been all this year, I know they scored some runs yesterday, but Taijuan Walker just had one of the better starts I've seen him have in quite some time against the Rockies. And what do you know? 2.5 earned runs is not only a square on the board, but it's a goblin square. So
sure,
enter really whoever you want. It could be Michael Harris. It could be Matt Olson. It could be Ozuna from the Braves. It can be anybody. They're going to touch up Taijuan Walker today. So I'm excited to get to that. The Braves are winning this ball game. And maybe this will be what gets them going.
Could not agree more. If this wasn't on your sheet, it probably would have been on mine. Although, again, I like a lot of plays today, and this is one of them. Great fucking sell job. Going right back to the Braves, looking to get a back-to-back win for the first time this season against the red-hot Phillies. Let's hope they could drop 2 in a row. And loving the way that line is moving. Although, the Braves probably should be favorites against Taijuan Walker, even if he's coming off a legacy start. Still good to see some movement.
Still definitely a little surprised to see Grant Holmes.
Yeah. And it's not like Grant Holmes.
Big favorite.
Yeah. It's not like he's been great either, right? He's got that 7 ERA so far this season. So, yeah, you're right. It's certainly not it's not weird. If anything, it's a little weird or at least neutral. But either way, the Braves are going to start getting hot here anyways. So whether the lines are weird or not, I like the Braves today at home against the Phillies. And I like fading Taijuan Walker. I don't care if it's square, especially coming off that gem. Sign me up. W's.
Sure.
All right. Are we through another inning here in St. Louis Pit? We are. We're in the top of the 4th already. 0-0. Knock on wood. Let's go, chat. Hope a couple of you guys tailed that under. All right. A couple other MLs on the diamond today. How about the Red Sox against Kevin Gausman? Kind of wanted to back the Red Sox today. I am not a Tanner Hoke guy. I think I made that pretty clear on the MLB preseason pods. But Tanner Hoke has some crazy squares today, dudes. Tanner Hoke's got some squares up there that make me think he's going to be prime Tanner Hoke all-star from last season. He's going to spawn right back into that spot. And he's got that 16.5 pitching out square that's crazy looking. I mean, just absolutely absurd. He has not been great so far this season. He's not been good in the spring. I honestly have his more than ERA locked in his season lineup because one of the pitchers I wanted to fade the most this season, but not today, not in this spot. And the Prize Picks board is screaming at me that Tanner Hoke is going to outpitch Kevin Gausman, and so is the line, to be honest with you. You got Boston coming off of 2 straight L's. I know they're home. They get a little bit of line respect at home as well. But Toronto coming off of 2 straight W's in this series. Are they going to sweep the Red Sox? I don't think they are. I'm willing to pay to find out. Toronto's covered 4 games in a row. They've won their last 2 games, like I was saying. I think the Red Sox can salvage the series, though, get a big-time win. I like seeing them catching about 10 cents of steam as well. And this might be the only time I'm back in Tanner Hoke this season, but I can't resist. Prize Picks makes it seem like he's going to be fucking Chris Sale in his prime up there on the bump today. So it's Tanner Hoke day. He goes out there and gets a win for the Red Sox. Maybe the only positive thoughts I'll say about him all season.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's a really good matchup for him. And I'm saying that as definitely a big Jays guy this season. So I'm with you on that.
We got a first-time chatter, Suntan City, coming in hot, saying they say this guy works for the books, and yet I'm watching 6 ads right now. Okay. Suntan City, try to smile once today, my man. Have that be your goal. I know the bar's low, but I believe in you. You can do it. Jovan, swing it around. You got some more straight bets for the peeps on the diamond, I believe.
Yeah.
Take us there. Runs.
Let's go to another Coors over, second one of the year. Which the other pitcher that I could not lay head on pillow without fading tonight is Antonio Senzatella, which, I mean, he's got one of the most absurd stat lines you can ever see in the first couple starts, where he faced the Rays and the Phillies, both on the road. So this is his first start in Coors, but he went 4 1/3 against the Rays, 5 1/3 against the Phillies, 0 earned runs with 19 hits in those 2 games. So obviously it makes a little sense to fade him when he comes back to Coors, but he has had guys on scoring position pretty much the entirety of both of those starts, and they just weren't able to come home. The Rays makes a little more sense because they've just been awful with runners in scoring position at times. You can look back to last night where in the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, they had a guy on third base with no outs, and he didn't score each and every one of those times. But the Phillies also shit their pants with runners in scoring position. We've seen that quite a bit. Earlier in the season, they've started to hit a little better, but still not all that good. But like, this is a guy without strikeout stuff that's giving up a lot of base runners, and they haven't come home. He's been very fortunate in that sense. Say hello to the Brewers, which same thing as I talked about with Rhys Hoskins, because like the Brewers offense has been really bad to start the season. The thing though, they faced a lot of heavy strikeout pitchers, whether it's like the Reagan/Bubich like combo, whether it's Rodon and like a lot of the guys they faced in the Yankee series, minus like Stroman. They faced a lot of strikeout pitchers, have really struggled against those guys. But when they face these pitchers that are more like of the finesse pitchers, like that are not going to blow you away, like I think they faced like Michael Lorenzen, they faced like Carson Spires in the Red Series, like those type of guys they've actually had some decent success against. And same goes for Kyle Freeland last night, where the offense looked the best it's looked pretty much all season, minus maybe one of the Reds games. So now you can see a righty, which they're much better against or have been so far this year. I think they're going to destroy Senzatella. And on the other side, you have Tyler Alexander, who's coming off of a no-hit bid in his last start, Krabs, against the Rockies. I saw a play on the feed today that his under hits allowed is probably going to be a lock of the century, I think was the exact phrase that was used. Because I think he took it into the 6th inning against the Reds before he finally gave up a hit in that game. So he was absolutely fantastic. I don't think that's going to be the same today. Not only are you in Coors, but you are lefty going against the Rockies, which again, they're going to strike out a good bit, but A, Tyler Alexander, not a strikeout pitcher. B, they'll hurt you, and when they'll do it with pop. So I think even if he has like somewhat of a decent start, he can have like a solid floor for however long they're going to put him in there. When he does give up contact, when he does give up damage, it's going to be very loud. And then can't talk about a Coors over without mentioning that, as we all know, the Rockies bullpen is absolutely terrible. And it's great to have that on your side when you have an over. The Brewers bullpen hasn't been really great so far this year either, but not Rockies level. So if we get there and we need it, feel confident we get it.
Yeah, I hate fading Tyler Alexander. Although I love doing it. I just don't make coins doing it. At least last year I didn't. But this could be where we get our lick back.
Yeah.
You say the word, I'm down to tail. I just certainly have not had any success fading that big lefty, at least when he was on the Angels, when he was making all-star games, and then the Dodgers when he was making I think that's actually the team he made the all-star game on, was the Dodgers. But Senzatella.
Well, I didn't even realize this too. I didn't realize that he was not the one who gave up the hit. So he's fully off of no hits in his last start.
Yeah, I'm down to fade him today. I'll put my.
I didn't realize they pulled him with the no hitter intact. So yeah, he didn't give up a hit in his last start against the Reds.
It was his moose shit bullpen. Yep.
Yeah. So honestly, this feels very like I'm not even relying on the Brewers as much in this one. I think the Rockies bats have a hell of a shot to take this themselves. This feels very Nats over-esque, where I don't think it'll be as lopsided, but I think the Rockies offense gives me a lot of confidence, more than usual.
And this is not even the same fucking Tyler that I was thinking of. This is Tyler Alexander.
Yeah, Tyler Anderson. But Tyler Alexander is a noted no-hit bid guy. He had a long one with I think 2 long ones when he was with the Rays. Not last year, but 2 years ago.
Huh. I wonder how he did coming off this start. It's probably not great, if I had to guess.
I know. I remember the one off the Blue Jays game. I feel like I remember putting a lot of coin down fading him, and he was bad.
Okay. I'm down to fade any pitcher coming off a no-no. And now that it's not Tyler Anderson, I'm a fucking bozo for that one. Apologies, chat. I am super in on this over, Jovan. Sign me up. It's looking pretty good to me, along with the Braves. And I can't wait to hear that Sun Cell job. Jesus, that's going to take some selling. That one's going to take some selling. That's ridiculous. All right, swing it back around. I got one more straight bet for the peeps here. On the diamond, I believe. Yes, might be the nastiest one yet. Although we do get to back Joe Ryan. It's Fade Seth Lugo Day. Congratulations. You guys made it. You're here. Appreciate you guys showing up. We get to fade Seth Lugo today and make some coins off of it. And it doesn't hurt that we get Joe Ryan on our side. He's not looked so great this season, but I still believe in that young arm, future young ace of the Twins. And this Twins team's coming off of 3 straight outs. I mean, they got to get back on the saddle. They got to figure it out. They've scored 3 runs combined in their last 2 games in this series, right? So they have not played great so far on the road yet. But I'm looking at the line for this game, and I'm seeing the Twins catching 10 cents of steam. I'm seeing the Twins now favorites in this game against Seth Lugo and the Royals, who are now over 500. They've won the first 2 games of the series. Something looks fishy. Something looks off here. And I want to back the fishy line, and that's the Minnesota Twins as favorites now on the roads, on the ML, coming off of 2 straight L's, trying to salvage the series. And it doesn't hurt that Joe Ryan has not looked sharp this season so far, but his squares make it seem like he might be okay today. And I've said, so I got a target on Seth Lugo's back all season. I want to be fading him. There's regression looming. You're going to get that today. And that total opened up at 8 for a reason in this low-scoring series. I think you get some runs, mainly from the Twins, maybe from Matt Wallner today, getting up and moving. Maybe we get a Matt Wallner appearance, showing up and hitting a fucking nuke for the first time this season. All the guy does is hit singles now. What happened? He's changed. What's going on here with our guy? I'll back him. I'll back the Twins to get it done here on the road today. Let's go out there and get one and salvage the series against Kansas City.
Sure. How about it, Krabs?
His name has been said. Let's fucking go, Easy Puck.
Trent's
sure we
just
can.
Marinating in Demon Lab right now.
Yeah, that's okay.
Need this Lindor walk.
Dude,
Ooh.
no way we're back to walks, man. I thought we
3-2
eliminated those. I thought we were done with those, man.
Hey, hey, hey.
3-2, man. It's always 3-2. It's always
I thought we were
3-2.
done with those. I thought we were done with those, man.
I know.
Is
I
it
know,
still
I know.
3-2 or is it cake?
No, it's grounded out.
Okay.
It's okay.
I had a 4-piece last night, 100 to win 2,300 that involved 3 Nats Demons and 1 Dodgers Goblin. You want to take a guess at what square lost?
The Dodgers
Cross my
got
lineup. It was the Dodgers Goblin, and it was a Max Muncy Goblin walk.
Dude, that's on you.
It was extremely red, and for some reason, it was a Goblin. He was super juicy on the books to get a walk yesterday. He had a 3-0 count, ended up striking out in that at-bat. Unbelievable.
He's god-awful, brother.
He is god-awful, you're right. Dylan Cruz got a steal. That was a demon square. Keber Ruiz got an RBI. He's the clutchest hitter maybe in baseball, at least on the Nats. And Ahmed Rosario hit his TVs, and that was a demon. It was the sharpest fucking wasted lineup of all time.
That was
That
actually
was-
the greatest
was-
first half of the lineup I've ever
That's
seen.
called knowing your squad and then getting too cute and taking a fucking demon on the other side and costing points.
Krabs sneakily early season has the know your squad crown right now. Out of
Yeah,
all of us,
I've
I
been-
think.
I've been
I've been
extremely
dialed.
dialed on the Diamonds, and not enough people are talking about it.
Yeah.
I'll say. We got Suntan City coming in after chirping, resubbing. Wow. The tables have turned. Let's go, Suntan City. Appreciate you, Beast. Let's have a day today, huh?
Tries
Why not
just
us?
Sitting in the corner, so pissed that Krabs is splooging for sub banks.
Okay.
Dude,
Just so mad. So mad.
fuck
Well,
you.
I need to hear this Sun Cell job. Trent, if you want to go less Lou Holtz mode and get involved in this combo, feel free. But for now, we'll put you off to the side while you sweat out this demons. Okay. Trent's in Lou Holtz mode right now. He's not talking too
Lou,
much. OG Sour coming in hot, resubbing. Let's fucking go, OG. Let's go, OG. Sure we can. All right. This one might be a little tough. The Suns, bruh.
Yeah. Really, really bad
economy,
organization.
in the
horrendous organization. But you remember what you said yesterday, Krabs. You said yesterday when we were talking about Bradley Beal, wouldn't this be the perfect time for Bradley Beal to just go stupid when nothing fucking matters? And the Suns are not technically eliminated, but we pretty much know they're eliminated. This is the day where I believe they can finally get eliminated because they're 3 games out from the Mavs. The Mavs, I think, with a win or even with a Suns loss, I think they're officially eliminated tonight. Wouldn't it be something? They just strung it out for a little bit after OKC just went back-to-back games, massive games against the Lakers. They just got their win. And now the end of their regular season is all teams that are really fucking bad. Starts with the Suns, then you go to the Jazz on Friday and the Pelicans on Sunday. So I would probably assume someone's getting rested tonight, which is probably why the lines tick down towards the Suns. I wouldn't be surprised to see more names sit for the Thunder than we would be expecting, or we already know at the very least. But now I will hop on the team or hop on the trend and say the Suns are going to do this and string out this little elimination stage as long as they possibly fucking can. And obviously, like it's buying good news potentially if the Thunder end up sitting guys, but that's good news that I'm willing to buy in this case. But I think the Suns, they make it pesky in this game. This game's going to be close. I think they might even win. So it's a really bad organization out there, but Devin Booker is still, I guess, been the only one trying outside of some of the role players. This feels like the Bradley Beal game where he actually figures it out and just has a random port game where he has a legacy game. And this one's going to be getting interesting, which really isn't interesting because Thunder, if you're playing fucking Case and Wallace in the starting lineup and the Suns beat you, it's not that crazy, but we'll see how it plays out.
I mean, at what point do we just, all come to the same conclusion that Bradley Beal is just not good at basketball anymore?
Horrific.
When do we all come together and say, you know what? We might, disagree. You might not have the same take on politics, religion, whatever, economy, all that bullshit. But can we all come together as a cohesive unit and just all say and agree that Bradley Beal sucks at basketball? He's washed.
Really bad. He
looks like a different player. A completely different player. Not a guy who's older, not a guy who's in a different situation, not a guy who is just not in his prime anymore. He looks like a different ball player. Something happens. I don't know. It sucks. But to be honest with you,
now with the Suns coming off a 40-point loss on national television with playoffs still technically on the line yesterday, you get the Thunder on a back-to-back, and you know he's going to come out for zero reason and have a great game tonight.
Yeah, he probably will. And his squares are just insanely high tonight. Insanely high. Just went to lock in Migo K's Mook says, and he struck out the side the first. W call Jovan. Sure.
I am.
Let's get some more.
So,
well, shit. All right, back in the Suns and the Big 2-5. Wow. Sure we can.
Yep.
I'm in. It's gross, but luckily it's against the best team in the NBA. What do they have to get up for on the road with only a handful of games left? Probably not much. And that line's moving towards Phoenix. Somebody's getting rolled out on OKC. And Javon's had a pretty good read on a lot of these games with guys getting rolled out. And I know a lot of times we don't like, buying bad news, I guess, or, we typically say we sell that or buy good news, but Jovan, this year you've been fading that, and it's been working.
Yeah, it's still kind of buying bad news. I mean, they lost by 40 on national television last night, and they're pretty much eliminated without technically being eliminated. So still a good bit of bad news there, but Rav also fading. This feels like Goots. When Goots was so out on Orioles team total. He was so out on Orioles team total. Now we got Suns fan Rav saying he's fading the squad. We could be back.
Rav, it's not even personal, brother. It's just business here, man. Nobody can bet their own squads, right? It's just how life works. That's how gambling works. Nobody can bet their own teams. If a fan of a team says he's fading a squad, you know what you have to do. And it's not personal. It's not, Has nothing to do with Rav. Rav's been killing it. He's been grinding the Snapchat. I want to shout out Rav. Honestly, he's been fucking goated. Grinding. But that's a shit take. It's not even his fault. It just is.
Dude, we need to start holding Rav accountable for stopping the Jolly. Stopping the fucking Jolly.
No way he
challenge.
stopped doing it.
Then he picked it back up. He stopped it for games they won, dude. Now that they won some games, he's picked it back up, man. It's absolutely unbelievable. He didn't last a week before he stopped betting the Jolly.
Yeah, I mean, the gambling gods they're not going to treat Rav very well if you pick and choose when you're raising the Jolly. You got to raise the Jolly all 162.
Dude, he was just so not prepared. So not prepared. He stopped it for 2 games against the Yankees, and they won one of them. So that would have been profit.
Rav, you can't pick and choose. You got to either do it or you don't do it, Shit. That's all right. I still believe in Rav. I'd still buy Rav stock.
Yeah. Hashtag thank you, Rav.
Thank you, Rav.
That was there.
Yes, great looking for, man. Sure. OG Sour, you're goated. Suntan City, you're goated. We appreciate you guys coming in with the subbies. Krabs, is it odd that Landon Knack is at 3.5 hits allowed? I mean, they kind of just let that kid Wroblewski out there to dry last night. Their bullpen's pretty fresh today. So if, there's any sense of Landon Knack starting to struggle or walking guys, I'd assume he's going to have a way shorter leash tonight, and they're going to be way more prone to go into that bullpen earlier on. So that might make sense why that number's a little bit lower. But, I wouldn't be fading the Nats bats right now, but I think that's probably a pretty telling line. That might be a good sign for Landon Knack. Not a great sign for my Nats. But I won't be fading. That's for sure. I won't be fading. Okay. 5Ks for Jack Flaherty already. Jesus.
Wow. Shoving.
Yeah. Still looking for our first run of the day today, and we have 3 games active. Certainly that comment goes well while I have a bet on the under in this Cardinals and Pirates game. Why do I say things like that? Yeah, let's move. Let's groove. Can't
be saying that, Krabs.
Can't be saying things like that in the Big 2-5. Let's move and groove. Let's talk some prize pick squares. I got your guy up there. We'll talk about him in a moment. Randy Vasquez, more than 2.5 earned runs allowed in the Mickey Mouse ballpark. That is this Sacramento ballpark today for the A's. Love the A's. Want to fade Vasquez, who's got that really good looking ERA, 1.69. Nice. But we know he's not that guy, right? And I want to back some bats in this park, and I want to fade him on the juicy more than earned runs allowed square that's up on Prize Picks. It looks like a pretty good looking less than, to be honest with you. If you ask the general baseball bettor what they take looking at that square, they probably would take the less than for a red hot Padres team against the Oakland Athletics, but they might not be factoring in the Mickey Mouse ballpark, the high total, and the A's being scrappy here. To be honest with you, I like what I've seen out of the A's over the last couple of games, and I think they're showing some heart. They've won 3 of their last 5. I think they could get another win today. I think they put up 3 or more runs against Randy Vasquez early on in this game as well. Love that square. Yeah. And then back in your guy, Ryan Pepioit, more than 17.5 pitching outs. This square was insanely juicy to the over. It's actually minus 130 to the over. Love seeing that. And Pepioit, also a very Reddit out chart too, but Pepioit's going to go out there and fucking shove today, Jovan. I have no concerns with Pepioit against the Angels today, who just cannot keep getting away with it. Bless their hearts. It's good for the Angels. They've won 3 straight games in a row. But today, the Rays get back, they get back on the saddle. They get off the Schneids. They're on a crazy losing streak right now, Jovan. But I do think the Rays get the win today. And I think Pepioit goes out there and pitches 6 strong innings. That's what we need for this play to hit. Super juicy to the over on the books. I think we get an absolute gem at a Pepioit like we've gotten all season pretty much. We just haven't gotten the longevity from him. I think we get that today.
Yeah, I'm in. I think they win, bounce back, stop this little streak, and I think Pepioit pitches well. Plus, I know, I guess a little different pitcher than last night, but for a lot of the game, the Angels were swinging really early. Like I know Trout was pretty aggressive. Ward was pretty aggressive. Soler had, I think, a couple like 1 or 2 pitch ABs. So, I mean, it's great for Pepioit.
He might be having duffels in his hands, is what I'm hearing. 2-piece. Let's go, Rays. You feeling good about your Rays getting the win today?
I do. I think they'll be back today. Good. A little, definitely a little concerned of what lineup they're going to put out against a lefty because Kevin Cash has been on some bullshit lately. But we'll see. Unfortunately, probably will have Curtis Mead in the lineup, which is a guaranteed 3Ks.
Longman said no combo squares under. Krabs has fallen off. I'm sick of hearing that and seeing that on my feed. I have not lost a prize pick square all week on this damn show. 6-0.
We just need combo unders, dude. Combo unders is all people pay attention to. We need a meat on tape one from you.
4-0, I guess. We're about to be 6-0 after today.
There you go.
We're about to be 6-0 after today. I'm down to get weird, chat, and take some of these combo squares. I've just had more luck back in the MLB ones, to be honest with you, and just kind of riding the hot hand. The lad said, give us one. I could probably give you DJ Fitz one more.
DJ Fitz.
Any no PP specials category up there today, right? Yeah, that hurts.
Unfortunate, dude. Really unfortunate.
That hurts because they've been starting to put some of those back up. They do have some points. I mean, you know what I would take. Do I even need to say it?
Which one, dude?
Go to the NBA points combo category.
Oh, boy.
I mean, respectfully, I would take, former teammates. First up on the board, Anthony Davis and LeBron James, less than 51.5 points.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say AD and Luka. I didn't realize that one was up there. There you go. I feel like Krabs doesn't even have it in him to fade Luka and Dallas tonight.
I'm not doing it. I will fade AD and LeBron, and I'll take that less than combo. 51.5. There's one. No way Rito's coming in from left field. Krabs too soft to fade Luka. Rito, I took Aaron Judge less than 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs yesterday when he's cashed in 9 of 11 of his last 11 games. It hit again. I'm not in the mood to fade Luka today, and then he goes off for a 40 burk against his old team. No.
Yeah, I can't.
No, I'm not.
Off an ejection, too. Can't have that.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Yeah, lads, get involved. Sure. Jolly Rogers getting... Oh, I can't say that. I don't want to jinx. Twitch chat, though. All right, let's keep moving and grooving. I want to see Jovan's prize pick squares for today, and I will lock in the Sharp Report 4-man and drop it in the chat for you guys while he talks about his sell jobs. Okay?
Yeah, probably the square I'll probably ever have up here on the card.
Oh, shit. Okay.
And the Death Beam. Death Beam square. We hadn't talked about this game, but I also am taking the Nuggets. First game without Mike Malone. Who knows what's actually going on there? And I guess it's not just Mike Malone. It was the whole cleaning house situation. But you're catching some steam on the road against the Death Beam going up against Lighting the Beam in Sacramento, which is funny. But now you get Jokic versus Sabonis. This is basically just a bet for Jokic to out Jokic, Sabonis. And he's I guess they've had their fair share of games where it's gone either way, but the consistent factor every single time is that he is an RA machine, which he typically is, but especially in these games where he's playing against, another version of himself and Sabonis. I think it's going to be an open game. I think defensively he's going to lock in. You're probably going to see maybe a lot of this specifically, but probably a lot of his boards because he's been an absolute menace on the boards. And obviously Sabonis is not the biggest challenge for that, but now I think he's going to absolutely dominate this game in just classic Jokic fashion. I obviously think they're going to win. He is without Jamal Murray still, so like the playmaking side of things is going to have to come, especially against a really weak transition defense in the Kings. So I didn't have really a choice but to back something Jokic in this game. I'd settle on the RA because I think he's just going to have to do everything for this team. Obviously, he can be super aggressive scoring, but the line's just so inflated, I guess, without Jamal that it's tough to get involved there. But I'll go Death Beam against the Beam. And then Lawrence Butler, W correlation to your Randy Vasquez square for the 4-man.
Facts.
Yeah, when you have Randy Vasquez, who really struggles against lefties with pop, you have 3 options. You have Lawrence Butler, you have Tyler Soderstrom, Barry Bonds, and you have JJ Bleday, who just homered yesterday, maybe twice. Or I think he had one, and then he had like a 2-run double. So he had a great game yesterday. I want to leave him over to the side. But Soderstrom and Butler, Barry Bonds, and I assume they're in Trent Stackenheimer. I want to take Lawrence Butler, partially because he's also a little more patient. So when you have the fantasy score here, you would hope Randy Vasquez wouldn't lock the leadoff guy multiple times or even like once to start the game, but he's been pretty patient as of late. The steals also included, so like the fantasy score encompasses it all, but really bad matchup for Vasquez just as a whole. I think the guys behind Lawrence Butler and really good spots too, Soderstrom, of course, being one of them. So I think he's going to start kind of all the offense for the A's today. And obviously we're liking script of runs in the game. So even in like the back half of the lineup, you got Jacob Wilson, who's been an absolute machine. He's probably going to lead to some plat for Lawrence Butler when he comes up second or third time around too. So don't really have a choice. Lawrence Butler, Barry Bonds in the daytime, taking him.
Sign me up. I'm in. Crazy fucking play. Holy smokes from the Pirates. And Brian Hayes, who just plays an unbelievable third base.
Would love to clap it up for Will Benson being back in the lineup today.
Hey,
Massive news.
I'm not going to lie to you, Jovan. I feel like you're kind of throwing your old guy into the dust. Matt McClain was in that graphic going back to the IL. That used to be your guy.
Well, he's still my guy. He's just, I mean, it was tough that he had to go to the IL, but Will Benson coming up because of it. I guess technically he wasn't because of it, but he came up in the same vein. Sure. Love to see him out there getting another chance.
Yeah, dude. I still believe in Benson.
Dude,
see if he can
Will
get
Benson
involved.
Sends one into McCovey Cove. I will be splooging on feet. Legit
Better
splooging.
play Tucker Fantasy or Sharp PRA.
Shaden Sharp.
Yeah, I don't know where you got Shaden Sharp from today, Drew. You, but I don't know. I'd probably go Tucker Fantasy.
Can't say I have any labs on Shaden Sharp.
Yep.
Sure, Mogman's got something or Rav's got something. Ask them. That's their realm.
Okay. I have the link to the Sharp Report format right here. I've already dropped it once. I'll drop it again for the people in the back. Didn't see it the first time around. The link is in the Twitch chats. Okay? W's. All right, Jovan. W Sharp Report, W Prize Pick Squares, W Book Plays. What else do we want to go over today? Do we want to go over the rest of the MLB games today? Do we want to head to the association? Do you want to head to the ice? What do you want? What do you want?
Let's go MLB. Let's go MLB.
Okay. All right. Let's take a peep at the MLB boards. Let me share my screen. Bada bing, bada boom. Sure we can. Also, yeah, Masters talk. I'll give you guys my Masters talk. I don't know shit about golf. I'm not going to act like I do and sell you guys and swindle you guys on a play and act like I'm him. I will be taking Rory McIlroy, the Irishman, every fucking Masters until he finally wins it and wins the Grand Slam. There is no sharpness to that. There is only bias in me rooting for Rory and having some fun. If I had to take an actual guy that I wasn't just rooting for, I'd probably go with Colin, but I've seen him a lot on the feed as well. And I thought it was kind of weird seeing John Rahm and his name all the way up here, tied with Colin for the third shortest odds. I haven't heard John Rahm's name in years. He's not been playing great. He's not in form. Thought that was some serious respect for John Rahm. Maybe they're just putting him up here because he's a familiar name, but he has not played great over the last couple of years, to be honest with you. And then Ludwig is also just, a young goat who could win any tournament any given day. So I'm going to go Rory for fun, but I'd recommend Colin, I guess, if anybody out there is trying to get sharp. Good luck. Sure. It's the Masters. Typically, it's big-name guys who win the Masters. Okay, you don't need to get too cute or sharp. The Diamond today.
Soft.
Yeah.
Really soft.
The Diamond today. Kramer versus Fought. I think we get a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel in this game today. Is that a crazy take?
Maybe a little bit. I would feel a little more confident if it wasn't. I know the guys, funny enough, not funny though. They went over their earned run squares, but the game still found its way under. Yesterday, I feel like now that we've got one of those under the belts, this one probably opens up a little bit, and it's probably going to be from Dean Kramer, if I had to guess. Ooh. I think he is in perfect line to get turked.
Really?
Yeah. And I would love a thought bounce back. He's actually been really unlucky in a couple of his starts. So up against the O's, they do hit the ball hard. So I could see he has a really good start, but then gives up a long shot or two. And just, I don't know, that kind of washes everything away. But Kramer, I think, is going to get destroyed.
Shit. I was very confused why his pitching outs was at 15.5. The over is minus 130. Maybe they just leave him out there to dry and eat up some innings and give up some runs. But thought that was kind of weird for Dean Kramer. But I'll tell you what, the total is probably where it should be. Although I think I saw some 9.5s last night, but I mean, with how these guys have pitched so far this season, the total should be the highest one of the series so far. Although I think last night's might have actually been 9.5, where it closed at. Either way, this one's pretty close to last night. We've seen 2 unders so far in this series. So maybe I don't want to go back to another under after we've already seen 2, but I do think both these guys pitch pretty well. Although I could see Creamer, I guess, getting mucked up. He might just suck. But Brandon Pfaadt's going to go out there and pitch well today. That we can agree on.
Think so, yeah.
I still would probably lean the under, but I'm not going to bet it. We've already got 2 unders in this series so far. Okay. Yeah. Crazy. We got some low scoring affairs today on the diamond. Could have something to do with the colder weather. I don't know. Thoughts on Maley Shota starting up here in a couple?
I don't really
just completely jinxed this no-hitter in Pittsburgh to a T.
Like immediate hit.
Immediate hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an error. It was a fucking error.
Did they give him an error on that? He hit that pretty hard, though. Good for him, though. Was that like his first hit or some shit of his career? They're going nuts. Trent, you might need to look into that. You might have just jinxed that kid having his first career hit. They're showing his family in the crowd. They're going nuts.
Well, they should learn ball because it wasn't a hit.
Okay. Well, they're acting like it was. Oh, man. Damn, they ruled that an error. That's bullshit. He hit that hard as hell.
GG Chang.
What do you mean, GG Chang? You're just saying in general? Yeah.
Well, he's Trent or Rav is bitching in chat, saying Trent fucked him.
I need to see this kid's stats if he's even got a fucking hit this year, dude.
He just got called up.
Yeah, that was his first at bat. Okay. All right. Well, shit, Trent. I need that under to get to the counter, but we got some runs to spare.
Yeah. Before we move off of that one, I don't know if I'm going to take the Rangers in the game. Probably not, but my rule, Krabs. It's still pretty cold out there in Chicago, but guess where the wind's going? With Shota on the mound.
Blowing out.
Straight out to left. Up to 30-mile-an-hour gusts.
Wow.
For a fly ball pitcher in Wrigley Field against the Rangers, who are very strikeout right now, very strikeout or bomb. They're not hitting lefties very well to start the year, and they probably won't on a consistent basis against Shota. But again, one of those guys that if they do make contact, it's going to be loud. Cough, cough, Adolis, Berger. I guess not Wyatt Langford because he's on the IL now, but any of those guys, you're probably going to see a Turk or two from Shota today.
Ooh. Okay. I could get down with that. And I will say, even when I've disagreed with that chat in previous times, Jovan's been pretty fucking spot on fading Shota with the wind blowing out. So I like it already, to be honest with you. And I like the Rangers coming off of 2 losses. I already kind of wanted to back them. I'm also kind of a Maley guy. I'll be honest with you. I know he's been kind of a journeyman and all over the place, had a ton of injuries and stuff. But when he's locked in, he's pretty fucking good. So when he's healthy, he's pretty good. He's looked pretty good so far this season. I don't love buying high on him then, but Rangers coming off of 2 L's. They're on the road here at plus chicken, plus 140 as well. Pretty juicy odds.
Yeah, not to mention 35 in rain. I'm good. That's why this is the highest total we've seen, I think, of this series by a good bit. I mean, we even saw a 5.5, 6, obviously different matchup, but with the wind coming into same, I guess, relative weather, just with the wind changing a little bit. 7.5 with Shota on the mound, with it being 35 and rainy. I think that tells the story at all, which is you can't say about many stadiums, but with Wrigley, especially right now, 7.5 feels a little telling.
Yeah, I agree. And it's juicy too. All right, let's keep moving here. Any other MLB games that you want to talk about, you want to shout out? Maybe you want to shout out Jake Irvin for being a beast and going out there and overperforming damn near every start.
Shout out Jake.
And that's young lineup, right? Maybe you want to shout out,
all the bats.
Hash Brown on the Astros. Any of these other games we haven't talked about yet that you want to let the people know about before we get to the squad rides?
No, I think I've gotten all of my
feel pretty good.
Definite angles that I'm already locked in. They're all out there talking.
I know this is 140. I don't care. I'm so with you, Jovan. The Braves are winning back-to-back. Do not let the minus 140 scare you off, chat. Do not let that one good start for Taijuan Walker scare you off. The Braves have seen him so much. It might as well be BP they're facing today. And they're still starving, hungry for wins. So, do not let that minus 140 scare you off. I guess is what I'll say there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, chat. W stream today. We still have some work to be done or some work to do. Why don't we get involved and craft up a little squad ride for tonight, chat, huh? Let's not get fat, happy, complacent. Let's cash another one of these puppies tonight. Can we please? Jovan, if you don't mind, so you got the intro video up and moving?
I'm getting there, Krabs.
Sure we can.
Wait, quick.
Run that puppy.
Quick right for the squad red.
18.
Had to set tone real quick. Here we go.
W's. All right, chat. Let's lock the fuck in. I'm going to get a poll up and moving here. We got about 5 minutes left. Let me go ahead and start a poll. Drop your favorite play you heard us talk about in the chat today. All right? Drop them. BTL squad rides. Let's cash another one of these puppies. Please, chat. Please. All right. And W. Eric Fetty getting out of that fucking inning, bro. Unbelievable.
Shout out Fetty, man.
Unbelievable what's going on over there. All right. Jovan, I'm looking at some of our favorite plays for today. Some of mine start up a little soon, like the Athletics. So maybe we can leave them out. But I like the Red Sox and the Twins a decent chunk. I don't know how you feel about those plays, but I'm typically not really going around backing Tanner Hoke. Pretty weird that he's
just rare.
minus 130. I definitely like that play a good chunk. I also like Joe Ryan as a fave. I'll let you decide. I like those plays evenly.
So how about we just go 4 plays, 4 winners?
We could.
Sox, Twins, Coors over, and Braves.
Okay. Sox ML, Twins ML, Coors over, and the Braves ML.
Yeah.
I'm in on that.
Love that play.
We're not putting in damn, the Nuggets are up to -4, bro. How do you feel about the Nuggets -4?
I mean, I like the Nuggets, of course. I'm on the Nuggets. I already locked it in. I don't know if it's squad ride level. I don't know if anything in the NBA is squad ride level right now with, I guess, just confidence-wise. But if you really love it that much, I won't tell you no.
I want to take out one of my plays for it.
Really?
And I'll tell you why. Whenever I say I love the card or I got my favorite plays of the year, those plays never fucking hit.
Dude.
It's about time I start reading the room here. It's the least confident plays that hit. Yeah. Let's be real here. Look, we've been leaning on my plays all week. Let's actually, that's not even true because yours last night was
it might have been the squad ride.
Yeah, it's not even true.
Might have been both squad rides this week, Krabs.
You're right. You're right. Let's take out one of these 2 plays and put in the Nuggets on the spread. That's what my gut's telling me to do.
So which one is it? Is it taking Tanner Houck out or is it taking the Ratchet Twins out?
I'll pick if you want. I'd rather you pick.
Rather me pick?
Yes.
I mean, I'll tell you, my head tells me it's the Twins. My heart tells me don't bet on that Ratchet team.
All right, we're keeping the Twins in. We're taking the Red Sox out.
Twins in, take Houck out.
Fuck the Red Sox. That's what I wanted you to say. We'll go Nuggets. Let me get a consensus line and make sure that I'm not just putting down -4 and everywhere else they're 3.5. I'm seeing pretty split lines. We'll go with the longer line at -4. So we got Nuggets -4, Twins money line, Braves ML, and remind me what that total is in course.
10.5.
Okay. The over 10.5 in Milwaukee and Colorado. All right, chat. The poll is up. Get involved. If you're watching on YouTube, that's cool. you got to make your way over to the Twitch page. You got about 2 minutes. Get involved. Get those votes in. Hurry up. Go, go, go. You got 2 minutes to lock in your squad ride votes for Wednesday afternoon / Wednesday night. Could it be the Nuggets coaches fired system? Laying 4 points on the road. That's crazy. Could it be the Twins on the ML as favorites on the road against Seth Lugo and the Royals looking to sweep them in the series? That's crazy. Could it be the Braves? To be honest with you, the Braves might be my favorite play today on the ML at -140. I know the juice might be scaring some people off, but it shouldn't. The Braves are winning that game. Or the over in the Brewers-Rockies late night, right? People might want a little late night play. Fading Alexander off that no-hitter. And fading Senzatel is a good move more often than not. Back in runs in course tonight, the over 10.5. 4 plays, 4 winners, chat. You got about 1 minute left. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Go. Get involved. All right. Click the right button, please. Get your vote in. Every vote counts. Don't just sit there. Okay. As of right now, it's looking like it's going to be Brewers and Rockies, Jovan. Looks like the chat wants some runs. Okay.
Or usually get the squad ride nod.
Yeah. And I got no qualms with it.
Yep.
Chat right now in their decision making. Let's stay hot. All right. Can't get fat, happy, complacent, chat. Got to stay dialed. Got to stay locked in. All right. You guys are doing job of late. Knock on wood. Let's stay dialed. Let's click the right button again today. All right. We got the Brew Crew and the Rockies over 10.5. Looking like that's going to be the squad ride for today.
And J.C. Crane, boots on ground could be the difference.
Wow. That might be the difference, to be honest with you. That could be.
Could be the difference. Or do we need to
All right,
craft
chat.
up some devious demons for this game?
Sure.
For
Sure. All right, chat. You guys have made your decision. You want the over in cores, and I got zero qualms with that. W play. We'll meet you out there in Colorado when we get some runs late night tonight. The over 10.5 in the Brewers and Rockies. WBTL today. Drop those W's in the chat. Stick around for the Surge stream starting up right after this chat. All right, stick around. W stream today. We appreciate all you guys. We'll catch you tomorrow. Same time, same place. We'll be.
fun.
Peace. We'll be.